Hi. I just had a little musing about where we are and where we're headed. And so just wanted to chat about that for a minute. So, one of the things that's happening is some changes are occurring and the world's starting to open up a bit more compared to where it was before, which can feel absolutely wonderful to most people. I know some people are still kind of hesitant because the we still have the pandemic that we're dealing with, and what that means and what that is kind of different for all of us. Some of us have shared perspectives, others are completely diametrically opposed about it. But regardless, things are easing up and things are opening up. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that, man, we've been through a lot lately. And look at us. Look at where we've come. We've gotten this far. We're still here, even though a lot of us have lost loved ones and we're missing them terribly. And the world will never be the same without them. Nonetheless, if you're watching this video, you're still here. So, congratulations for making it through uh, the worst global issue that humanity has ever faced together, all at the same time. And so, one of the things that I was thinking about was who we were before this pandemic started, who we were during the pandemic, and most especially who will be as the world begins to open back up again and as we start to step out into it more fully. And one of the things that I realized is that in the same way that we have a BCE and an AD as far as our calendars and our dates go, it seems to me that this time in our history totally needs to be defined by some new time marker, because never in the history of the planet has humanity ever gone through the same crisis all at the same time, which has given us a commonality and a place to start with our understanding of our human experience. And so, one of the things that I realized is before the pandemic, we were a certain way. And now that we're coming through the pandemic, we're kind of a different way. Some of the ways that we're different, we realize, some ways we don't realize yet. But one of the things that I was thinking is the fact that this pandemic and the systems crumbling and the mistrust and the divisiveness and the information and the misinformation and the manipulation and just so many things out there, that our trust has been broken. We don't necessarily know what to believe anymore. And so, with that, it dawned on me that I think we've lost our global naivety and kind of a global innocence that's been taken away from us as we've bore witness to what's been going on around us in governments and the medical industry and education and science and leaders and essential workers. And there's been all kinds of stuff that's happened. And so it just really made me sad, but also in a way made me happy that we have come through this, because as good feeling as innocence and naivety can be, and as good as it can feel, when we're in that state, we're also missing other signals that could do harm to us. And so the truth is that a lot of us have been busy doing the things that made us happy, or working as much as we work, or going out and doing all the social stuff, the events, and just kind of being on autopilot and doing those things that were routine in our life. We were stopped dead in our tracks with those things. And so, with that, with the time that's passed, with the pandemic and lockdowns and quarantines and things like that, that innocence has gone away as we've realized that we can't always trust what we've been told that we could trust before. And many of us are still sitting in a place of uncertainty of, I don't know what to trust. I don't trust those things. There's a lot of new things I don't trust, and I just don't know. It's okay to not know. You'll figure it out as you go along. But losing that trust has wizened us in ways that will make us more cognizant, more knowing and understanding, and more watchful about what's going on in the world around us. So we can't be taken on a ride of naivety where people are saying one thing but doing something totally different, and we're clueless about it. I think a lot of us are watching now. And so, regardless of whether we know what's true, what's not, even if you think you know what's true, none of us are 100% right about everything we know. So, that gives us a baseline to start with each other in recognizing that I can't possibly know everything, and nor do you. And so, if we can create a little bit of wiggle room to allow the fact that we might be wrong about some things and other people might be right about some things, then it might just open us up just enough to be able to start to communicate in a more civil way, in a more respectful way, and start to really converse and have discourse around where we're headed from here. Because if we don't get out of the division, we're never going to get there together. And all we're going to do is keep fighting, and we're not going to make positive progress. So, just a thought about, I'm a little bit heartbroken at the innocence and naivety that we've lost. But at the same time, I see a silver lining in it because it makes us not so easily led and conditioned socially, to where maybe we'll practice a little bit more mindfulness and enter situations and look at information and resources with not quite so much naivety, so that we can be a little bit more discerning in the future. So, just a little rant, something that I had on my mind. Don't know if it makes sense to you or not, but it does to me. You have a great day. If you'll take a moment and like my video down below, and maybe even hit the subscribe button, subscribing's free, by the way, then you'll get my videos when they first come out before they're posted on social media. And if you'll hit the bell, that will allow you to receive notifications as soon as my videos are posted. So thanks for the love. I appreciate you. This has been a sage insight for well-being from askalecia.com.